Hi, welcome to Michelle Louise Lifestyle. Just a quick video to talk to you about managing your time, managing people, just getting that kind of good balance between when you're accessible and how to manage that accessibility. I don't know if you know, but I was actually a teacher. I'm a qualified teacher and worked for almost 20 years in teaching. A lot of people I've come into contact are teachers, new teachers, have been teachers, and a lot of the things that people talk about, whether you're a teacher or not, is kind of keeping your sanity. How do I maintain my sanity? How do I manage my workload? How do I manage my time? So a couple of things I used to do. Take your work emails where possible, and for teachers definitely, and for a lot of professions, take them off of your phone. Take your work emails off of your phone, okay? Make sure, I think we've lost the line, especially with social media, on when we allow work into our house. Obviously, if you work for yourself and you've got your own business, perhaps that's something you can't do. But specifically for teachers, you can take those work emails off of your phone. And for lots of job roles out there, take them off your phone. When you get home, they shouldn't be able to contact you. It shouldn't be infiltrating your life. When you get that moment, you see that email, then it creates that kind of fear and panic. Then you feel like you've got to answer it. Take them off where possible. And when you do that, set a healthy boundary. One of the best pieces of advice I was ever given was by a principal. And he said, create a 24-hour response. Now, I used to be one of those people that was like, I've got an email, I need to answer it immediately. I kind of couldn't get it off of my brain, or I was eager to please. And I became known for that. And actually, it was just really, really unmanageable. Eventually, when I got into my work, or I've got stuff I'm teaching in my classes, or I get home and something's happened and I'm not quite accessible, when I was responding to parents, colleagues, managers instantly, I became known for it. And then when I didn't respond instantly, I was getting kind of more problems, like a backlash from it. So actually I adopted that. Respond where possible. If it's an emergency, obviously you have to respond quickly, but most of the time, 24 hours. So what I would do is I would just pin my emails, leave a list of them, get in a little bit earlier in the morning and answer those emails. Just deal with that kind of admin first before I start my day. But when they come in, pin them, or at the end of the day you can stay and maybe do the emails then, but I would pin them and leave them, go home, rest, relax, take some time, come back in the morning to work a little bit earlier, answer those emails and move that on. And my life became so much simpler and much happier. And you'd be surprised how quick people get used to your new timeline. So that's something. Groups. Yeah, social media, being in WhatsApp groups, particularly for work. Just say you don't do it. And I don't allow anybody to talk to me about work via WhatsApp. That's for personal. So if they want to talk to me about work, I made it quite clear, email only. And that really helped. And when there's a group chat, I just remove myself from it and I say, oh, sorry, I don't do group chats. And once you kind of put that line out there, I made it very clear, which was really tough at first. But I don't do group WhatsApps. I don't like the dynamic. I don't like it constantly going off. Or mute it. If you really have to be in it, mute it. But where you can, avoid that and avoid allowing people at work to contact you via social media. Keep a professional line or pick one medium. You can contact me via this and that's it. And then set yourself a timeline for when you're going to look at that. Put it on mute after that. You don't look at it. Smartwatches. Avoid them if you can. Too many times I've been sat in a room with people, they're talking and they're looking and then they forget their train of thought, and then you can see the kind of panic and the distraction kind of going. They forgot what they're talking about and they're just instantly accessible. Get rid of it. You don't need it. You don't need it for work. If you can live without it, I certainly can. My husband's now come off of using it. You don't need to be that accessible. So if things are getting on top of you, get rid of it. Yeah. So I hope that's helpful. Have a think about it. Take your work emails off your phone. Don't allow yourself into social media or groups or anything like that. Avoid that. Give a line that you want work to talk to you and communicate with you, and then make it clear that you won't be responding to any of those other things, and avoid a smartwatch. It'll change your life.